Hello everybody and welcome back to Nerdy Miniatures, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I painted May's mini of the month, the Hernkyn Yaegirs miniature. So if you want to see how I did it, then just keep on watching. First things first, I began with the base. Using tiny pieces of sheet cork, I began to build up certain areas just to create a little bit of height, and then I went over the top with the Vallejo Diorama FX ground texture in rough grey pumice. Once that was dry, I went over the top with Citadel Grey spray paint before covering the whole thing in Mechanica Standard Grey. Once that was dry, I covered the base in Nuln oil before moving on to the dry brushing, starting off with Dawnstone, doing one quick brush over the top, and then finishing off with a very light brushing of Vallejo model colour in white. Now moving on to the figure, starting first with dried bark, I decided to cover his entire jacket because I wanted to give like a leather jacket look, before moving on to the furs around his neck. Next, moving on to the furs around his neck, I went in with some Zandri dust, giving them a very light coating, but because I spray painted with a base of black, I went over and did 2 coats of this. Next, I had to cover his aviator hat, so for this I used Night Quester Flesh. I also used this for the strap on his gun. Now going with my metallics, I went in with Lead Belcher, covering the lenses of his glasses, the gun, and the tiny bit of armour that you can see peeking out from underneath his jacket around his neck. Going in with the contrast paint Frostheart, I applied this just to the little bit of metallic that is exposed from between his collars, just to create the look of a glowing blue dot. Then going in with Retributor armour, I went over certain elements of the gun, as well as the ammo, and a few elements on his jacket and around the figure. Going in with Corn Red, I turned my attention to the pack on his back, and I painted the canister at the base of his pack with this. Then going in with some more Retributor armour, I painted the ammo that he has on his back. Going in with Kashan Flesh, I then covered the entire pack. Mixing Kislev Flesh and Bugman's Glow, I then applied this to the skin. It was time to move on to the shading, so for the furs I went over the top with Reikland Flesh Shade, and I also applied this to the face. For all the other areas I used Agrax Earth Shade, and for any metallics I went over the top with Nuln Oil. Now it was time to highlight. For his leather jacket, I went in with Kashan Flesh and Bugman Glow, paying attention to the creases and the high points of the jacket just to create a more worn and lived-in look. Moving back onto the furs, I mixed that same colour of Zandri dust with Flayed One Flesh just to create a slightly more yellowy toned highlight, and I brushed this only over certain furs just to create a little bit of dimension. Now for the metallic highlights, I went over the top with Ironbreaker, just to bring out certain elements of the gun. Around his boots, I went in with a tiny bit of Mechanica Standard Grey just to make them stand out, before finishing off the pack and his helmet using Night Quester Flesh. And that is it. That is this month's mini of the month. I'm actually really proud of this little aviator guy. I think he's actually turned out pretty cool. And I think I'd like to do more stuff like this in the future. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, then subscribe to the channel. Down in the description you will find a few links. The first to our Discord channel. We are a small community slowly growing, and I'd really like if you could join us over there. And then the second and final link is to my YouTube channel, where I cover lore on topics like Warhammer, Lord of the Rings, Witcher, etc. So if that's your cup of tea, then please feel free to have a look at that. Anyway, that'll be it from me today. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are in the world. And as always, peace out, guys.